What are the Nationals up to? What is that? This isn't giving Easter new life. Your sins are forgiven. This is giving every one of your sins. So this is the insurrectionist hat. This is the January 6th Washington Nationals. What? What is this? We're going to put this on bad. Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me, and I have to take a mental break from all things gambling Twitter, all just the spaces that I covered yesterday have been taking a toll. We need to do something basic. We need to do something outside of the realm of sports betting, sort of a palate cleanser. And last night, the MLB dropped their 2025 Spring Training Hats, so I thought this is a perfect video to break the chaos that is the sports gambling world. I know I've been kind of negative lately talking about limits and the like, but we're going to talk about MLB hats today. Yes, I am wearing my pink Whitney Barstool Carhartt sweatshirt. Not a pink Whitney guy. Never had one. Never had alcohol, actually. Never drank alcohol in my life. But these hoodies are top of the line. Barstool ran some promos 2 and 3 years ago when they had a sports book. And if you were lucky enough to get your hand on one or more of these, you know the quality of them. So I wear them all the time. Even though I don't really love Barstool, that's not the point of the video. We'll start with the Pirates, who have a very simple black hat with their pirate mascot. I respect that they went away from the P, although I think that they could have benefited from some yellow on here. A yellow accent would have been nice, maybe on the bill or at least on the little nipple on the top of the hat. But because they've stepped out a little bit and shown some creativity, we'll go with good. I love this new Arizona Diamondbacks logo. I like the rattlesnake diamondback. What is that? Is a diamondback a rattlesnake? I have no idea. I am not I'm not up to date on my snake hierarchy and genus, phylum, class, order, genus, species. I said genus twice. Point is, this is a great hat. The teal is good. The fangs, if I'm looking at small details, I like the fangs even matching the teal and the red snake, which if you know what that snake is, please let me know in the comments. I don't know if a diamondback is a rattlesnake. I'm going to go with yes. Atlanta Braves, disappointed. It is the classic A logo, but there's no navy. Navy is a prominent color of this team. Red, navy, maybe a little yellow accents. This looks black to me. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't want to call it bad, though, because I think a bad version of this would be the navy, ironically, but it needs something else. Like navy would have been too basic, but I don't know if the black works, so we'll put it in meh for now. The Orioles, I like the bird. The bird is iconic, and because they went with the O, just the simple O, it could be better, but I like the color scheme here. I like the accent on the bill being a different color as opposed to these two, which I have ranked higher, but to me, this is kind of a meh hat. Boston, dare I say, for a franchise that is so historically dominant, for a franchise that is notorious, this hat is bad. Put the socks on there. We all want to see it. We don't want to see the B. We don't want to see, again, they kind of did what Atlanta did here with a black rather than a navy. But this one to me is worse, is bad because of the ceiling that can be the Boston Red Sox. And I know that maybe I'm contradicting myself here with how I'm ranking the A's and B and the A's and the B's, because I've said that they're kind of similar in their lack of effort. But it's my list, so move along. The Chicago Cubs. I can't tell how I feel about a hat that doesn't stick with a logo that is well known. But I just criticized Atlanta and Boston for that. So because of that contradiction, I don't want to be so back and forth here. I like the creativity. I like the baby blue. I like the red bear. What could have put this over the edge for me is a red nipple on top. I think just tying in that bit of red, which is a very prominent color in their color scheme, I think we could have done with that, but I get it. You only pay for 2 colors at the warehouse, at the factory. You probably save some money. As soon as you add that third color, you got to pay more. So we'll put that in good, though. Socks. Fire the designer. What is this? What is this? This is the same hat that you could probably buy today. It's gray with the socks, with black. No pizzazz, no effort. I mean, If somebody said design a Sox logo in 5 seconds, I could probably do this, maybe even do it better. Fire the designer. Same thing for the Cincinnati Reds. How many times are we going to see that exact hat? That's not a spring training hat. That is a game hat. We're deep into the season. It is a Wednesday afternoon, and they're wearing those. No. Get rid of that. Do something. Put the Reds guy on there. Give me something to work with. Awful. And while I'm on a roll, let's just do this. This looks like a hat that my friends wore for Little League. I had some friends who played the Little League, and they were on the Rockies, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this exact hat in his room. You're wearing a Little League hat. No, fire the designer. Do better. And let's transition to something new, something exciting. And it is the Detroit Tigers. Now, my critique is that this Tiger is underdeveloped. The Tiger looks off. The Tiger looks like maybe it was not breastfed as a cub. Maybe it was born into a zoo and had to take from a bottle, and so it has a little bit of abnormalities. Not a big fan of this Tiger, but I will give credit where credit is due, and I'll call it good because they stepped out of the comfort zone and they gave us something new. Houston Astros. I get it, guys. You may not understand where I'm coming from with this, but while the logo is traditional, the color scheme is top tier. So top tier, it's going in great. I love the accents of the orange. The nipple is a darker orange. The nipple matches the bill. It goes against, but yet so perfectly with the bulk of the hat. And then you have the iconic patch, and the star on it has 2 different shades of orange, which match these 2 things. That is a well-constructed, that is an attention to detail hat. That is a great hat. Kansas City Royals, I'm tempted to put it in bad just because it looks so familiar, but I'm a big nipple guy.
What?
And the nipple and the bill match and go against this, and that has been a critique of mine. I think it fits into the meh category. All of these are very similar. Nipple bill match, but it's too basic, and it could use a little bit more. I also don't know if I like the KC being completely white. If they would have thrown a dark blue accent around the KC, I think we would have been in business. The Angels fire the designer. Look at these hats. The Sox, the Reds, they all have the same thing in common. Same nipple, same bill, same bulk of the hat, and the logo stuck on there. The intern was out of time. The intern procrastinated, and the design was due. And they said, how about this? And the guy in charge said, well, this is the hat we wear normally. And he said, and they went with it. The Dodgers. Call me crazy, and I'm probably not the one to ask or have an opinion on this matter. I love the classic Dodgers logo. I do appreciate that they're trying to take a step forward, maybe change a little bit, but that D is too soft. We got a flaccid D in the house. I just don't like how soft and fluffy it is. It doesn't say, mega franchise. It doesn't say we're paying a bunch of pitchers to come here. It's just too sweet. It's meh. Marlins, I would say, is bad. It's similar to Boston in that it's a basic logo. Color scheme is right, but they could have done more. I don't care for it. Now, the Brewers hat isn't too shabby. I do not mind this Brewers hat. I like the yellow, the yellow being as forward as it is. For too long, we've seen even the baby blue or the dark blue. I really do like what the yellow is offering me. And, of course, the nipple bill, cohesion. That's what I'm all about. I did not realize this was the Minnesota Twins at first glance. I was struggling before. I was like, what? Oh, Twins. The M looks off. I don't know if they're changing the M font, the logo, or if I have just been asleep at the wheel. I don't think I have. That M looks new, or it's so old I don't recognize it. One or the other. I don't get this twinkle up here. I suppose I can respect it, though. I'll call it meh just because it's unique and different, but it doesn't really say Twins, which is the one thing that I would like it to kind of say. The Mets. This might go in a category of its own. This Met hat is the best hat on the list. We have, this has every single piece that I am looking for. Originality, a little bit silly, nipple bill cohesion, bright color on the main part of the hat. The Mr. Met hat is the top hat on this list. Sorry, if you're sticking around for the best hat, and now that you've seen it, you want to click off the video, I'll see you next time. That's the best hat. New York Yankees do get two hats. This is the better one. It's the one with the pinstripes, and I would say this is good. It pays homage to the iconic pinstripes of the Yankees. A little bit cluttered here. I think they could have done without putting this one over the letters. I would like to see how it looks both ways. I don't know if there's a way to do that. It may have looked weird without it, but it kind of makes you squint your eyes like such to kind of get the full picture. So otherwise, it's good. The A's hat, I'm torn. I'm going to put it in meh because I like the commitment to the bit, the yellow, just full yellow. Here we go. And sort of a brighter green than we're used to. Usually it's more of a forest or a darker green. This one is more in your face. Let's go have a Sprite green.
I can show you a Sprite. I'm thirsty as...
And I can get behind that. So it's not bad. I like the uniqueness. Could be better. Phillies I'm torn on again because for so long we've seen the basic P. I like that they're transitioning on this hat to the Liberty Bell. I don't know what they could have done differently besides changing the nipple and the bill and the bulk of the hat, right? When it's all three the same color, as you can see on this list, I don't really love it. The A's is the highest one. I guess the Tigers is the highest one on the, I guess the Diamondbacks is the highest one on the list, but the logo is so unique. It carries it. We'll put this in meh because it's better than the P logo. If they would have just stuck a blue P on here, it would have been down here in bad, but I'll give them credit where credit is due. San Diego Padres, no. You have spring hats should be spring feel. It should be bright. It should be new life. It should be new season. It should be excitement. And this looks like honey Dijon mustard, like Grey Poupon. Somebody Grey Pouponed this. It's not good. They have a color set that is bright pink, bright green, teal. They have alternate options where they could have really done something. So I guess using the yellow instead of the brown is a plus, but for me, this is bad. San Francisco, I think I own this hat, or I did at one point. It's crazy enough, fire the designer. It looks like a hat they would wear, and I get that the Padres maybe is too, and these are as well. Actually, to keep it consistent, I do think we need to move it up here. These two hats are almost identical. This one just has a little bit more parity in the top and the bottom. Mariners, at first I wasn't sure, but when you look at it close up, the accents of the logo being slightly darker teal versus this looks really good. So I'm going to put this in good. Not great, but good. It's borderline great though. Now that I look at it, I think this is a really solid hat, and I actually think it stands out among these. Yeah, I think this is either the best hat of the good or it's great. I'm actually going to put it in great. I'm going to stick to my gut here. Cardinals logo, fire the designer. All five of these are the exact same hat, just a different franchise. And if you can't figure out why, the Rays, I don't recognize that design. Never have I seen that. I don't know if it is a piece of their larger logo that's been kind of extracted and is using it as a standalone. I prefer when Rays are more of the fish iconography rather than the sun. I think this is a sun reference, but it's bizarre. If you just showed somebody this and say, what professional team is this? I think it would be hard for them to get to the Rays, but because of where I've ranked some of these with the creativity, with the willingness to take a risk and to keep it consistent, I am going to put it in good because, the same thing for the Tigers. Like, how do you accurately depict a ray? Really? I would do, again, this could be, let's put it in meh. Let's put it in meh because it's a little confusing. Had they done a fish-ish reference, we would have moved it up to good. I think it fits in this category pretty well, but it's high up in this category. The Texas Rangers, I like the baby blue. I respect the baby blue, and I want to think this is an okay hat. But the more I look at it, the more I think, could they have done something else? Could they have, again, the color is saving it here because it is giving spring. This is tough. I feel too critical for going bad, but if I went bad for the Padres, I think I have to go bad for the Rangers because they're, for what it is, they're similar, they're on brand. The Baltimore, who am I? Really, who are you? Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going to put it in Fire the Designer. That's a hat we've seen. I like the hat. Don't get me wrong. I like that this is the only hat that has the base or the bulk of the hat be two different colors. I think that is, it is unique. There's no other way to describe it. But this hat already exists. This is a hat they wear. There's nothing about this that's new and fresh. Even if they put the light blue on the back and the dark blue in the front, I may have moved it up. But this is a hat I've already seen, I feel like. So we're going to put it on Fire the Designer because the designer didn't do anything new. What are the Nationals up to? What is that? If we want to talk spring, this is Good Friday. This is Christ on the cross dying. This is Pontius Pilate designed this hat. This is dark. This isn't giving Easter new life. Your sins are forgiven. This is giving every one of your sins that you've ever committed. Put on a hat. I think this is a black hat with a navy W. You know how many times I've heard, don't combine black and navy? I could be wrong. This could be navy and navy. No, this is the most bizarre spring hat I've ever seen. Now, you could say, well, you have Pirates up here in good, but Pirates makes sense because black is part of their logo. Black, it goes with Pirates. Like, we're talking Nationals. This is the insurrectionist hat. This is the January 6th Washington Nationals. What? What is this? We're going to put this on bad. And then finally, we have the Guardians, who put as little effort into this as their other Midwest team. What's with the Midwest? Midwest. What are you guys doing? Put some work in. I think I crushed it. I have been known to have some pretty hot takes on this channel. I have been known to, dare I say, rage bait and engagement bait. I think I crushed this. I don't think I missed a step. Take care. Have fun. I love you. Baseball is coming soon. We'll talk about that when we need to.